We're live.
Live, boys.
We're live.
Why does your audio sound weird, Albert?
He's on his phone because he's too lazy to get into his computer.
I see.
Yeah, I'm laying down on my bed.
Nice. Well, shall we get right into it?
Let's get right
Into the new
movie
Into
podcast.
the movie.
Podcast thing.
I should change the hair of my avatar to like fucking blonde.
You do it.
Yeah, bitch. Get fucked.
Should change your Bitmoji too.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Emergency assistance.
Also, you're no longer a cop.
The Wind River Indian Reservation.
I'm a Twitch streamer.
Exactly. You gotta dress like a Twitch streamer.
I'm Jane Banner, FBI.
Hell yeah, dude.
Welcome to White House. By
Okay.
yourself.
In a skimpy outfit so you can sell your bathwater.
This is where we found the body.
Pretty much. I just gotta dress in my own merch.
This is a homicide.
Which is how I have you depicted on there anyway.
Yeah, I know. Like that's actually a really good
They have 6
version
officers
of like
covering
merch
area
that I
of
could
the
have.
Rhode Island. Maybe you can help.
I only know what the tracks say.
You know why I
On a
chose
sweater.
the color red?
On predators.
Because you're always wearing that red polo.
Pick one for me then.
Oh god.
The
Dude,
same
he was
one.
wearing it today.
Yeah,
I
Might
swear,
be
it's like the
wearing it
one shirt you got, dude.
What's she running from?
Just kidding.
You're looking for clues, but you're missing all the signs.
Should we wait for backup?
This isn't a land of backup, Jane. This is a land of you're on your own.
Oh my god.
You won't get the answers you're looking for, no matter what you find.
Our internet is being ass
Why would you
today.
run from
Or
home?
right now, actually, it just don't.
That sucks.
Out here.
You cannot blink. Not ever. This place,
Don't leave me high and dry.
what it took from you.
I got
We
lucky.
won't. We will.
Luck lives in the city.
I guess James decided to leave you high and dry.
Live out here.
He'll be back.
It's just a joke.
I'll be back.
Alright.
Wind
so
River.
That was Wind River.
Coming
It's
soon.
gonna have an intro for it, but it seemed inappropriate. So we'll
No
just
problem,
go
no
on
problem.
to the movie.
Next movie. Okay, so the next movie we're going to talk about.
Right.
So
Into the movie.
Wind River. It's the third in a series, actually, of seemingly unconnected movies, but they're connected in theme, of course. The theme of the modern American frontier, something that Taylor Sheridan, writer-director, has been very interested in. The other two movies in the series being both Sicario and Hell or High Water. So, yeah.
And that's hella high water. Am I right, ladies?
Hella high water.
That's the sequel. Coming out next year.
So I want to talk about my quick.
Yeah, why don't you lead,
Not-
since
not
this was your pick for this week.
I wouldn't say it's my. It's like I have an attachment to this movie. The reason why
Well, it certainly seems like you
I-
like it a lot, which is, I mean, a good thing.
I was pleasantly surprised by this movie because it was one of those days like I was having a really bad day and like I was just bored and like my daddy's like, hey, let's go watch a movie, and like anytime we go watch a movie, it's always my dad, like he's gonna pick the movie, and so we're like, okay, we'll go watch a movie, and he's like I've seen this one, floating around. He's like, let's go watch Wind River, and I was like, that looks so stupid. Like, what's Wind River? What's it about? It looks so dumb. And then we actually started watching it, and like, I don't know, it had a much more serious and like I thought it was gonna be a more like thriller horror type of.
You were
movie.
thinking it was going to be like a Taken type movie.
Yeah,
It
and, like,
gives
I
off
was-
that vibe.
Yeah, and I wasn't really in the mood for a movie like that, and then
Well, I mean, it is your favorite movie.
I guess, but like it's not. I wasn't in the mood for a movie like that. I guess it's just I just wasn't feeling it that day, and I don't know. It turned out to be a good movie, in some aspects, I guess.
Care to elaborate?
I don't know. It's just every action, or not really action movie. Every movie like this where it's just like, what did you say? The American frontier.
Yeah, that's
It's-
the
it's-
overarching theme.
It's almost predictable, you know.
I would argue that it's very unconventional. Actually, it's not really predictable because essentially what Sheridan is trying to do is he's trying to bring the old westerns. This is my favorite. This is one of my favorite western movies now, Wind River. He's trying to bring the western into the 21st century. You know, it used to be, you know, we would have these romanticized versions of, you know, westerns, like spaghetti westerns, typical, like, you know, gunslinger fighting the bad guy. Everything's very black and white. Well, what he's trying to do, you know, now is he's trying to bring that back to the modern age, you know, while also touching on an issue that, you know, not a lot of people acknowledge, especially here in the U.S., that being, you know, we'll get into the main point here, is, you know, the abduction and, you know, murder of Native American women.
That's also one of the reasons I really like this movie as well.
Yeah,
And
it's
also, I never thought of it that way. Also, just like bringing the American Western into modern era, like I never thought of it that
yeah. I mean, I hate westerns.
way.
Clint Eastwood, get out of here.
Also, completely off topic,
Shoot.
but is there meant to be the word loading on top of our A Shot in the Dark logo sign?
I don't see that.
I don't see that
It
either.
says loading right on the very, like where it says A Shot In, like on top of the in, it says
No,
loading.
that's just for you, buddy.
Yeah, I don't see that either.
I don't see that.
Let me refresh the page and see if it's still there.
Yeah, I got
Yep,
nothing.
It's still there. What the fuck?
Maybe it's just you.
James, want to come look at this?
No.
You know, I asked that question purposefully because I knew he was going to be an asshole about it.
How is that me being asked? I just don't want to go over to your room and look at something that I don't care about.
Oof.
Boom, asshole.
I believe you that there's a loading thing above the inn, but I don't. Okay.
All right.
Anyways, yeah.
So yeah, that's one thing that I really like about Sheridan's Western trilogy, is bringing those sort of mythological, like, westerns and sort of deconstructing them. That's what Wind River is, really, is a deconstruction of the western genre, and sort of bringing those westerns into real life, and also, like, touching on, like I said, like, more topical issues. Like Sicario is about, you know, the cartel, obviously, and all the moral implications that come with that.
Yeah.
Hell or High Water is a very grounded film, you know, in which it's a struggling oil family, you know, trying to come back into prosperity. It's a very economic struggle for them. And, you know, Wind River aims to do the exact same thing. Let's talk about the actors. This film stars Jeremy Renner and a cowboy hat emoji to become Cowboy Jeremy Renner. Jeremy and
Awesome.
Elizabeth Olsen is an FBI agent in this movie. And
Yeah.
like any FBI agent in Sheridan's films, they don't last very long. That's really the highlight of the cast. All the other like supporting actors did a good job as well. I like that they stayed true to the. Sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
I like that they stayed true to the setting in keeping with the Native American actors.
There's
So
a,
that
a
was
small a small little scene with John Bernthal. Is that how you
Oh
say his
yeah, I
last name?
forgot about John Bernthal. He's a typecast, though, in my opinion.
Mhm.
You know what a typecast is?
I guess it's just like a very small role, like where it doesn't really make a significant amount of, like, he shouldn't really be
Sort of.
included.
In the business, because I'm a filmmaker. In the business, a typecast is what we call an actor that gets the same type of role in every movie. So it would be like Vin Diesel, getting cast in all these action movies. That's a typecast. Like, could you see Vin Diesel doing a serious drama film?
No.
Could you see Vin Diesel doing a romantic comedy?
Yes.
Didn't he do? I guess it's still kind of action, but he did not Daddy Daycare.
I know what you're talking about. One of those.
The Pacifier.
Yes. That was a little out of his realm. But see how they had to change the character for him? It's not like he's just a regular dude in the Pacifier.
He's a Navy SEAL.
So yeah, that's what we call a typecast. So yeah, that's John Bernthal. Yeah, he's just angry.
Except this time he was angry and in love
Yes.
with a girl who was significantly younger than him.
The Punisher. I just realized
Oh,
the
and-
Punisher.
Yep.
We can't forget Jeremy Renner. He'll most likely be known nowadays with his new smash hit album that he just released, Don't Have a Name. Highly recommend. Everybody should check it out.
I keep getting ads for his latest song, Mainstream, and I'm like, go away. That's what I get for making fun of him and ironically watching his music video.
It's his new song is actually called Main Attraction.
Main attraction, whatever. Also, how would you know?
Because I have it pulled up right here on Spotify. I'm actually a big fan of Jeremy Renner, dude. I have tickets to go see him. Me and James are going.
Isn't it weird how all the Avengers have ended up going off and doing something else? Jeremy
dude,
Renner's
it's
a
almost
huge
like we
rock
expected
star.
them to do everything.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth does that one fitness app thing.
Oh,
I'm sure you've
yeah.
been seeing ads for that.
Yeah, I have.
Robert Downey Jr. is in hiding, waiting for his next big role in Dr. Dolittle. Chris Evans is a Twitter bot.
Oh my god, I know.
And how could we forget ScarJo, who's a piece of garbage?
Oh my god.
Did you see that quote that she said?
No.
Because she's been getting criticized for years, about just whitewashing, several roles that she picks up. Because she was in the Ghost in the Shell movie, which should have been played by an Asian actress naturally. But she's like, no, I can do it. And yeah, basically this week she came out in an interview, and she was like, let me see if I can find the quote actually.
Oh no, this should be interesting.
Talk amongst yourselves.
I'm on Chris Evans' Twitter right now because I didn't understand what Twitter bot meant, and it's just pure politics.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He's like he's a social justice warrior.
Okay. Johansson then proceeded to answer her own question. As an actor, I should be allowed to play any person, any tree, or any animal because that's my job and the requirements of my job.
Oh, no wonder, dude.
I feel like political correctness is a trend in my business and it needs to stop for various social reasons. Yet there are times it does get uncomfortable when it affects the art. But I feel like I should be able to act without restrictions. That's
no wonder.
awful.
Because I've been seeing like memes on Twitter
Yeah, everybody's making fun of her.
of just like a
It-
tree like blowing
yeah.
in the wind or something. Like,
It's
oh,
like,
look,
oh
there
look,
goes
this
Scarlett
Scarlett
Johansson.
Johansson. She can play a tree, so she can shut up. That was a joke. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, ScarJo. I didn't mean that.
Now she's never gonna date you, dude.
You really blew your shot.
I know. But yeah. Wind River. Am I right?
Yes.
What would you rate it?
I'd give this one somewhere in between a 2.5 and a 3 out of 5.
That's good.
Out of 10?
That's good.
Yes.
Out of 10, yeah.
2.5 out of 5,000.
Damn! That's a bad
I mean, pretty solid filmmaking, I think. Like I said,
like we said, we loved the setting when we were watching it.
oh yeah,
really,
super
really
interesting. I love Wyoming. I was gonna say Montana for some reason. I love Wyoming, just like the like atmosphere of it. But going back to my other point, like one thing I like about Sheridan's films is that they deconstruct, the tropes of the genre. So like how in a western a gunfight takes forever. Like it seems like it takes forever, but you're supposed to suspend your disbelief to think, that it takes place in like a minute or whatever. Well, that's not the case in Wind River. The final shootout literally happens in a minute. It takes an actual minute.
Yeah, and it feels like it's longer than it actually
Yeah,
takes.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. It really immerses you in that sense of like realism.
I know it's like nobody okay, the fact that nobody makes it out alive except for like pretty much the two main characters and the main bad guy, it's kind of like
Yeah.
weird in a sense, but like
Spoilers.
also oh my god, spoilers. We're
Spoilers
talking
for a
about
movie that came out 3 years ago.
I don't know, dude. Someone might be like, oh, that sounds like a good movie. Oh, wait.
Oh wait, they spoiled it.
But also like you see like how scared like the officers, the deputies were whenever like they died and all of that. It's just really like, I don't know, that's what immersed me into that final shootout. Was just like
Yeah.
how sad it was.
It's a big strength for Sheridan's writing, I think, is that he makes it so realistic. Yet at the same time, it's so dramatic. On another point, it's like there's two schools of thought basically in film. There's escapist film, like superhero movies where you follow a character in events that couldn't possibly happen, yet you're so immersed because it's the spectacle that draws you in.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the other hand, you have realist film, where you're following a dramatized version of something that could actually happen, but the way that it's constructed makes you feel like that. And his films definitely fall into that camp. Really, really solid.
That's
Some
good.
of the better acting I've seen from Elizabeth Olsen.
I'm glad you liked it.
Any other thoughts on Wind River?
I don't know. James seems like he's had a lot to say. I don't know if you wanted to add anything to it. You know what? I agree.
Same.
Yeah. That was actually...
I think
Very
Wind River
thought-
is a movie.
I agree.
I agree.
I don't know. I don't know. I think the biggest downfall it had for me was the fact that how hard Albert was pushing for it before I finally watched it with him.
I can see that.
It really hyped it up to be something bigger than what it was, and it was a good movie. Don't get me wrong. Like it's good, but I just don't think that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no Taken.
It's no.
Yeah, exactly. It's not Taken.
It's no Suburban Sasquatch.
It's definitely, and me and Aaron can both attest to this. It's definitely no ginger dead man versus
It's
evil
Evil
Bong.
Bong. Yeah.
Alrighty, should we move on to our next topic then?
Sure.
What
Let's
is
move
that?
on to Star Wars.
Star
Rise
Wars.
of Skywalker.
Star Wars:
Again?
Rise of Skywalker. Well, we
Yeah,
we
we're focusing.
we went off on a
specifically
on a
episode
tangent last time, if you remember.
Yeah.
Well, I just remembered the trailer only came out like what, a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago.
Did it?
I don't know. Let me
Oh,
check.
it seemed like a while ago.
April.
2 days ago.
April. Sorry, couple months ago.
Ago.
Yeah.
Couple months ago. Star Wars went out.
So I want
Christ.
It was a
to.
trailer.
I want to start on something very specific
I
to
wanna-
start off with.
We haven't watched the trailer, Robert.
Oh,
I need to roll the clip.
Watch
Quit
the trailer. We
quit
gotta be
stepping
quiet.
on my toes.
Don't step on his toes. He's wearing no shoes.
Exactly.
Alright, we gotta be quiet for the trailer. I'm gonna go get a cereal.
Go take a snack break.
okay. I'm gonna go get cereal.
We've passed on all we know. 1,000 generations live in you now. But this is
Hey,
your fight.
thanks for the host.
We'll always be with you. No one's ever really gone.
Hi, I'm Eric Voss.
So, Star Wars. I don't think they're back yet. So yeah, basically, I just wanted to present my groundbreaking theory for Star Wars.
Whoa, dude.
Episode
Don't
9.
let Eric Voss talk.
I know. When Albert gets back, he can present his main point.
I'm back. Can you not hear me?
I can hear you.
Proceed.
No, I just wanted to talk about the rise of Skywalker, like the title.
Okay.
Is that implying that there is a Skywalker somewhere that we don't know about, other than I guess Kylo Ren?
I think it's more general. Like, it's just sort of like a derogatory term at this point.
I guess.
Well, not derogatory. Am I thinking defamatory? Where it becomes a symbol rather than something with specific meaning. In other words, like a rise in the light side of the Force or whatever. Or it could always be something literal like that. You know, Rey could always be a Skywalker. This will actually tie into my theory shortly. But basically, the whole point of The Rise of Skywalker is to undo everything that Rian Johnson did in The Last Jedi.
I think they're gonna try.
So much so that in the trailer, Kylo Ren is reassembling his old mask, which, if that symbolism isn't painfully obvious to you, that it's just a giant middle finger to Rian Johnson.
I mean, I think we can all agree that The Last Jedi wasn't the best film.
It wasn't the best.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess it tried, you know.
At least it tried.
They took like a 2-year break after Last Jedi, right?
It's always been 2 years between.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was one. Excuse me.
Well, one in between, like the
Force Awakens and Last Jedi. I thought.
all the spin-off movies.
Oh, okay, yeah. Now that makes more sense.
Yeah. But yeah, let's get into the theory, shall we?
Yes.
So here's my big prediction. I think that basically they're going to pull an Avengers Endgame, and they're going to do time travel finally, to go back and undo all of the shit that happened in The Last Jedi.
No.
Because time travel is the only plot point that hasn't been done in Star Wars yet. They've done Big Evil Death Machine. They've done Big Evil Death Machine comes back. They've done
Bigger Evil Death
Bigger
Machine.
Evil, bigger eviler Dead Machine, Death Machine. And then, yeah. So this is the only logical point, the only logical path that I can see them going if they want to proceed this way, if they want it to end in a meaningful way, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because right now the status quo is just so incredibly weird.
What if they completely go against the grain and make a different movie? It's the same characters, but it's like a rom-com.
That would be
That'd be-
subversive. How's that
I
for
think it'd be
subverting
a
your
masterpiece
expectations?
of cinema. It's the same characters, but it's actually a Marvel film.
Yes.
So Han Solo is now Thanos.
I don't know. I was hoping for them to reset the timeline, and then all the new characters show up, but they're just completely different people. They just have different names, and they're different roles in the galaxy. I think that'd be cool.
So, pretty much the ending of Part 6 of JoJo.
You've been reading spoilers, haven't you?
Shut up.
I'm gonna reset the universe so Albert doesn't skip parts.
Yeah, you should.
I don't know. I find it really hard to predict what's going to happen in this movie.
Let me give you the breakdown.
I think that Rey is going to do a backflip or a front flip over whoever the fuck is in that thing, Kylo Ren, in that speeder, and
Or Kylo Ren.
she might land it.
Or Darth Vader.
There's no way that's Darth Vader.
Notice we only saw the glove.
If you look at the gloves, they're actually Kylo Ren styles gloves, and Darth Vader didn't have that kind of style gloves because it didn't exist in the Empire in 2954.
Let me give you the breakdown. Alright, so this is post episode 8, right?
It's further back, I think. Here.
Oh yeah, I'm getting to that.
Oh, you're talking
'Cause
about
that-
the gloves.
Oh, we can go to the gloves if you want.
That's no, I'm not. You can do what you want, though.
Yeah, those are definitely Kylo Ren style gloves. Or Anakin's gloves.
Mmm.
Mmm.
It's actually Yoda.
It's Yoda.
It's actually
Dude,
Yoda.
They should revolve this whole movie around just fucking crackhead Yoda.
That would be great. Alright, so I'm thinking, we start off post episode 8. The rebels have just escaped, and they're now rebels again. She's like, oh no, everyone's dead. Oh, Albert, no. She's like, oh no, everyone's dead, and it's all my fault. She's like, no, even though I'm dead, I'm still alive. We can rebuild.
No, I'm dead.
Yeah. It's gonna be weird how they handle her in this movie.
Yeah, didn't they? So
Because
they
it's
said
all
that they're
it's all archived footage.
yeah, which is gonna be really weird, but I guess we'll see.
1 sec. Let me get my Discord tag. Alright. So, they're attempting to recoup after, the huge loss that they've just suffered. And the fact that essentially nothing happened in The Last Jedi. other than that giant ship, getting imploded.
Yeah.
They're basically right back where they started. Actually, they're worse off than where they started.
I guess, and also the only other thing that could make a significant difference is that Supreme Leader Snoke, or whatever his name is, he's
dead. He was. Let's be honest, it wasn't gonna make a difference.
What?
Also,
so let's be honest, it wasn't gonna make a difference.
Yeah, but like, in The Force Awakens, he was supposed to make a pretty big difference. It's just that Rian Johnson made him less significant than what.
Was it Rian Johnson though, or was it J.J. Abrams' fault for building up your expectations? So, since J.J. Abrams is coming back for this one, I think it's pretty safe to assume there's going to be a fair bit of elements that are reused from Return of the Jedi. So, basically, I'm thinking that somewhere in between the beginning of the film and this scene, Finn and Poe go off on their own mission or whatever, and they get captured. So that's what they're off doing here. They're off to find something or some plot filler. And then they get captured, right? And then Rey has to go and save them, which is what she's doing here. We don't know who that is yet. If you'll notice, there's a scene somewhere here where they're on the skiff. I don't know if you guys know what the skiff is. It's the sandcrawler ship that Jabba had. It's in one of these. I don't know, you get the point. But see, there's lots of visual callbacks to, like, earlier films, like the medal from Episode 4. See, why would she have that? Why would she bring it up now? The dice from Solo,
Yeah.
Here's the main point, though. The rebels realize that they can't do anything to defeat the First Order. So, Leia gets some information, that something inside the wreckage of the Death Star. This is Endor, by the way. Because the Death Star has crashed, it's completely fucked the environment. So Leia's gotten word that something inside the Death Star has the ability to give them an upper hand in the war. Why is Rey carrying this fairly well-sized bag? I mean, it could just be a traveling bag, but why? And you know the whole big tease with Palpatine, right? Where
Yeah,
was
that's
where,
also-
where was Palpatine when he died? Above Endor. What if he survived this entire time? What
I
if
feel like that's
what if he used the Force to protect himself, and then he just got mauled or something, you know, and he lost his legs?
and he made himself some robotic one.
Well, actually, here's the kicker. You know, he uses the Force, but he loses his legs in the process, and he crash lands on Endor, only to be saved by, hear me out, the Ewoks.
Oh god.
But they're not regular Ewoks. It's like they're like corrupted Ewoks, like corrupted by the dark side of the Force. And they're no longer the cute, cuddly teddy bears. You know, they've got like sharp teeth and red eyes, and they're like an Ewok death cult. You know, they perform sacrifices and shit. And they, you know, worship Palpatine as this dark, evil god. And, you know, the entire 40 years that he's been out of commission, he's been slowly manipulating the events around the entire saga to building up to his return. You know, Snoke was just a puppet, which is why they can easily explain that Rian Johnson just, you know, killed him like that. You know, Palpatine's just been slowly regaining his power so that he can possess someone else's body. Rey, you know, so that he can become the ultimate Force being.
I feel like that's quite the stretch, Aaron, but you know what? I
Also,
don't think it's impossible.
Luke is back. But it's not going to be dirty, crusty Episode 8 Luke, where he's just a giant asshole. This time he's going to be Luke the White. He's going to be wearing white robes, and he's going to have angelic Force powers. You know, like Gandalf the White.
He's gonna levitate all over the place.
Are you getting my drift? And he's gonna be like Obi-Wan, but he'll be like one of the ultimate Force beings, to ensue in a battle between Luke and Palpatine, just like in Episode 6. You know, Palpatine's just been chilling out for 40 years, recouping with the Ewoks.
He's got like a whole gang of Ewoks that are just like catering to his every need. He's chilling in like a bamboo forest throne type
on his
thing.
throne, yeah.
Hell yeah. He's got a bunch of pikes with stormtrooper heads on them.
Yes.
Yeah.
One day I will recover my power. Also, Rian Johnson can eat my ass.
It's very meta of Palpatine to say that.
Yeah, I know.
It's a line. Honestly. Trust me. I've got a good source.
Got a leaked script.
Yeah.
Wow, that's insane. This picture, I like it because it's like the Death Star's huge. Think how far is that? You know what I mean? Like that's really that's not just offshore. That's like in the middle of the ocean.
Is this water or is this rock?
That's water.
You can press play and we'll find out.
It moves, yeah. It moves like water.
Oh shit. We have Victor, I think, in the Discord. Maybe he can be a caller. Our first caller. Please kick him out if he decides to be an ass.
You like dick and balls, he says.
Oh no. Let me add him to the...
We could just move to callers, couldn't we?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that way we don't have to add him anywhere. Bonjour.
You know, it'd be funny.
What?
If Palpatine was like this source of like comedic relief. Like he's like trying to regain his dark powers, but he's just like constantly having to deal with like these incompetent Ewoks.
Was that supposed to be a joke? It's kind of stupid.
Oh, I never even got to the main fucking point of the theory.
What was it?
The time travel thing.
The time travel. Oh yeah, the time travel.
Yeah, so basically, they're trying to excavate some part from the Death Star, something in the core that's still active.
Yeah.
Why are you?
He
like
did it
this?
first. He did it first. He legitimately kicked me first.
Oh my god.
I just realized I don't know how to use Discord from Victor in your Twitch chat.
Just join us in the callers voice channel.
Just join the call.
If you want to talk, that is. So yeah, there's something in the second Death Star core that's more powerful than the first one. So it's still been active all these years, right?
Yeah, just
So they
I feel
really-
like maybe
So they realize that that's why they need to go back to the second Death Star so that they can retrieve this power source and create a time machine and
I don't
reset
know, I don't know, dude.
and
That's
reset
such a stretch.
the entire timeline.
That is quite the stretch.
They go back to episode 6 and then, instead of Palpatine killing Vader, they save Vader, and that's what, sets off the change in the timeline. And this time they make sure that Palpatine's dead. So there's no that sort of thing.
I dropped my water bottle. I don't think James is back.
You're an ass.
He did it first.
He's legit offline.
Good lord.
You've just killed us, Albert. I hope you know that.
I literally did the same joke to him that he did to me, and he just took it up the booty.
You just killed half our personnel.
Zaki said, "What's up, hoes?" And then he said, "BRB."
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty typical for Zaki. He never really stays in a single chat.
My PC crashed.
30 seconds.
Oof.
Oh, okay. I'm using this shit on my phone from Victor. Victor, Discord is still easy to use on your phone. Here, let me try and talk you to it. Click on your Discord app, and then whenever you're in your Discord app, click on the 3 lines at the top left, the 3 lines, and then whenever you're hovering over the Shot in the Dark Discord server, it's going to say voice channels and it's going to say callers. Just click on callers and you'll be able to join it. It'll give you the option to join it.
I'm gonna give up on Discord.
God damn
Also, what's with this fucking Jimmy Neutron picture?
it. That's like his. Oh god.
This is supposed to be Quentin Tarantino.
I Giuseppe, I turned into a pizza. I'm a pizza Rick.
Do you mind putting in some headphones?
Yeah, the reverb.
My phone doesn't have an aux cord. I have a Google 3.
Oh, god.
You still have aux cords?
We can hear ourselves.
Oh. How about now?
Yep.
Yep.
Now?
Yes. Okay. Just go ahead and chill the Twitch chat. That way.
Okay.
See ya. Okay. Anyways, is
Well,
there
that
anything
was
else that we should
awful.
add? Yeah,
Just
that was
kidding.
bad.
How can you be a gamer and not know how to use Discord, bro? That's
Tell me
cringe.
about it. Fuck Discord.
So yeah, that's my theory. Albert, do you have a counter theory? What do you think's
No,
gonna
not-
happen?
I just think something not as
Something will
you know,
happen.
Something will happen, of course, but nothing that experimental.
I don't know. Nothing happened in The Last Jedi, so we can't be too sure anymore.
I sent you something that just made me fucking laugh when it probably shouldn't have. I don't know. I'm hoping they do something with
Albert, what the fuck?
McDonald's.
What the fuck is this?
It's a quality name.
There's something wrong with you.
McDonald's. Yeah, no, I think if they're gonna do something with Rey, because they said after these or episode 9, Rey's like never gonna come back. Like she's done.
Yeah.
And so I feel like they might kill her personally, and then like, but it'll be after like everything is resolved and she like starts a new Jedi Order, but she dies somehow. I don't know. I can't really guess, but it like kind of pilots our way into like the new era of like how to establish a new Jedi Order without being fucking retards and trying to, rule over a democracy by also, being assholes sitting in a circle.
The
Like,
Jedi are taking over. I believe in democracy and unlimited power.
That's great.
That was the fucking best line delivery of the prequels. Anakin, the Jedi are taking over. Like he just went from like perfectly like able-bodied human to like fucking decrepit crypt keeper.
No.
No.
Power.
God, I could spend hours talking about prequels. We need to do a prequels episode.
Dude, that'd be pretty great. Anyways, I think we had a pretty good conversation, pretty good podcast. I guess till next time.
James just got back.
Yeah, I know.
And that's his crappy joke.
Oh, was that a joke?
This is crappy joke.
Albert's response.
You too.
He's just jealous of my golden locks.
Nobody is.
Your carrot box.
My carrot locks.
I told you, dude. You really need some toner.
I don't know, dude.
It's just a tad bit aggressive.
What I need is some toner. What I have is a boner. Do with that what you will.
I muted Albert.
Sorry, Albert. The control room is a little bit late there with the laugh track.
Zaki said, "I'm back," and then he said, "Dang, an ad. Hold up."
Hey Zaki, why don't you join us in the caller section? I know
That'd be
you're a
great.
big Star Wars fan, so I think
We'd
we'd benefit
hear
from
your
your perspective. Let us know when you're ready.
Fighting goals.
That meme was so dumb, but I still chuckled.
That video was great, dude. The one that I sent you, like the library.
Yeah.
Okay, Zaki said, "Okay, ad is over." We were saying, Zaki, that you should join the Discord so we can have you as a caller. And
Since you like Star Wars, we can benefit from your perspective.
What we talking about? He said, "Okay, I'll join."
I don't know. I don't know. Episode 9 is going to be a waste if they don't do anything with the characters, is what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I just hope they add another casino planet. Let's move into callers.
Another casino planet?
Yes.
I don't know. I hope we get another Finn Rose love arc.
God, no.
That takes up half the movie.
Yes.
It takes up half the movie, and it gives them like fucking god powers at the fucking end whenever Finn is about to go straight into that laser or whatever.
Love is the true power.
Rose?
Love is the true power of the Force.
Yeah.
What's up?
What's up, Zaki?
We're talking about episode 9 predictions. What you got?
Any predictions? Any predictions?
Yes. Predictions?
Yeah. I just gave
Based off
my
of what? The trailer?
yeah,
Or stuff from we've already know?
both.
Both.
I don't know. I just gave my insane theory. So
The trailer was lacking. I thought the trailer needed more. It didn't really clarify anything. It just showed Rey facing off a TIE fighter and her jumping over it. Like, that doesn't mean anything.
I can see that. I can see that.
I don't know. There's the burnt forest on Endor, where Kylo Ren is hacking and slashing.
And yeah, true. Well,
So obviously,
they're
like,
showing.
there's a huge plot point revolving around the Death Star 2.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it should have been seen coming because they're facing off basically Empire 2, so they got to figure out a way to take them down.
Yeah, yeah.
So might as well go to where it all started. You know, it's kind of like what other movie did this where they went back to the original and
Avengers Endgame.
yeah, basically.
That was my exact theory. It was time travel.
No, I don't think they're gonna do time travel because
Or you just think they're gonna do like a flashback or like a callback or something?
not really. More like they're gonna go back to find secrets of the Empire. They're gonna use the whole, first trilogy
Yeah,
story
to
points
connect everything.
to basically connect everything.
Yeah,
But
that was my theory too, but in a much messier way.
And I liked episode 8 in terms of wait, was it episode 8 or episode? What was it? The last one that came out.
Yes, it was
Yeah.
8.
It was episode 8. Okay, I just felt like it was lacking something. Like the movie itself was okay. It could have been better.
It was
But
lacking a plot.
Basically, probably. I don't know. It was lacking something.
It was a good
I-
character study, but it was
Yeah.
it was lacking plot. Like if you think about it, they're basically no better or worse off than they were earlier. in the
Yeah, and
film.
then what was weird to me is Daisy Ridley recently, she confirmed that people would hate episode 8. She said that in an interview.
Yeah, that's because Ryan Johnson is an artist, and I admire that. His films aren't meant for normies.
An artist.
Yeah, Aaron.
He's an artist.
An artist.
He does company audits for, just big companies.
Oh, I forgot to show you. Look, it's Dio.
Deal.
And I forgot to show you my other piece of evidence for time travel. So Lando's back. I completely skipped over that. Even though he's like
I
a
don't think they're
billion
gonna do
years
time
old.
travel because that.
Look,
I mean, granted, they did that in Star Wars Rebels, sort of.
yeah,
Sort of. I'm not saying like it was full time travel. Granted, there was like a whole episode to it
Mhm.
where he found that whole Sith. Well, not really Sith, but like time travel temple almost. But yeah.
let's have a look at the Falcon here. The circular dish is back. the circular dish which got broken off at the end of episode 6, which is currently
Oh, when
residing at the bottom of the Death Star, the second Death Star.
Yeah, I'm really excited for the comeback of Lando. I really like that. I like how they're bringing some old characters back.
This deal keeps getting worse all the time.
I just hate how they changed him in Solo.
Oh, when he was
Granted, he was good in Solo. Just they made him weird.
I
Made him
didn't like him in
tan.
Solo, and not
No.
for the reason you would think. I just didn't like Donald Glover's performance.
I thought he played Lando really well.
To
You
me,
know,
it just came off
charming
like he was doing
smuggler.
a bad impression.
Honestly, I don't know.
He was trying
You
too
know,
hard to
I think
emulate.
I think he did good.
He's trying too hard to emulate Billy D. Williams. And I don't know, part of that is because he has a very distinctive vocal pattern, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also kind of weird they made him in love with his robot, but you know,
But yeah,
even if episode 9 flops and doesn't do well, I'm still excited for the next trilogy after this because they're supposed to go into the Old Republic timeline.
Ooh.
that'd be cool.
So
Yeah,
I can get behind that 100% because I've always wanted to see movies from that. Because we don't have any much. We just have comics and stuff. We don't have any TV show or really any movie about it.
Used to be games, but they're not canon anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're. You know what I wish was canon? Force Unleashed. That would have been
That'd
cool.
be
That would have been universe breaking. Star Killer would be the most powerful person in the galaxy.
Yeah, exactly. He would be the most powerful Grey Jedi.
And where is he now? Dead.
Dun, dun, dun.
On the floor of a Denny's bathroom, passed out.
Depends on what you
Overdose.
pick in the campaign.
Yeah,
Whether you want to go dark side or light side.
I don't know. But yeah, that's where I differ. I'm just after episode 9, I'm just done with Star Wars.
I'll never be done with Star Wars.
It's just at this point, it's just becoming a bloated machine that just keeps pumping out piles and piles of shit. It's a really gross analogy, but it's just factory film at this point, you know. It's like they find any small detail and they just make a film about it. Hey, you guys remember that alien that ran the 50s style diner in Attack of the Clones? Dexter Jetster? Are you ready for the
Guess
Dexter
it's
Jetster
Jenny.
solo movie?
God damn it.
Hey, you wouldn't see that movie?
I would
He
not.
was a minor. Come on, man. He's OG.
Are you ready for the Dexter Jetster team up movie with Watto? Hey, it's Little Annie. Little Annie is going to work in my diner.
What origin movie would you want to see, Aaron? Since you just want to hate on everything.
I would say Boba Fett, but I don't know. A lot of people are torn.
You're
A lot of
getting
people.
somewhat of that in the Mandalorian.
A lot of people are torn on that one.
I mean,
Well, the thing is, like, there's a difference between the Mandalorians and like Boba Fett, you know, because the Mandalorian is cool, but Mandalore is a completely different like planet. Like I don't think people like understand the difference between the bounty hunters and
well,
like
see,
the Mandalorians.
all they true fans of Star Wars, what they do is a lot of them I've already seen Star Wars Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And you get a look at Mandalore and stuff really good.
Oh yeah. I
You get a
mean,
look
Obi-Wan had
you
his
get
whole.
a really good look at it. You also get a good look at how Boba Fett was raised a little bit. Like the father's dead, gets taken in by bounty hunters.
Yeah.
So he didn't have
I don't know. I was hoping for a little bit.
child-friendly upbringing, so you couldn't really blame him for the way he turns out.
Yeah. I was just hoping for a little bit more to fill in the gaps in between. You know.
Oh, so like
How he how he got the dent
well-
how he got the dent in his helmet, you know, like him
Oh,
facing
easy.
off with Cad Bane, you know, things like that.
Yeah, well, see, and
See, that's exciting.
in the lost episodes of one of the film reels, you see it. They have the fight turn out. They had it. They just never finished it.
Yeah. Stuff they never got to
So
do.
that-
You know, they can redo.
So
it.
I mean, I think they might put that in the new season of Clone Wars, but that's yet to be seen.
I don't
Who
think so. I
knows?
think they said they were going to skip the archived stuff because they
I
wanted
don't know.
to focus
Hopefully
more
not,
on the,
because a
on
lot
the
of that
original
stuff was
cast,
interesting.
except for the Utapau episodes. Utapau's a weird planet.
Utapau sounds familiar. Where is that again?
It's the planet where Obi-Wan's on the weird monster thing, and they call Order 66.
Oh yeah.
With the
Especially they're in
weird,
that big old pit.
yeah, the weird head,
Lizard thing.
three-headed alien.
That's where he
things.
kills Grievous.
Yeah, yeah. Execute Order 66.
I watched that scene today. I was just looking up random scenes of movies. I looked up Happy Gilmore, and Star Wars Clone Wars, and Episode 3. Just watching random scenes from it.
Episode
I
3
do
is
that
definitely the
sometimes.
best of
I'm
the,
really
of
interested
the,
in looking
the-
at
the
Clone Force
prequels.
99. I really like them. You know who them are, Aaron are?
I don't, actually. If you want to
No.
elaborate.
Well, basically they're the only clones that aren't clones. So basically they all have a certain role to fill. One's an engineer, one's like a tank buster, one's the commando, and so on and so on. And they're called Clone Force 99. They're originally considered, a bad batch. They're literally called the Bad Batch because they think they're failures. Well, the Kaminoans think that everything is a failure, but they think they are a failure, so they call them the Bad Batch. Which I'm really excited to see them come out on Star Wars Clone Wars.
That'd be pretty
Because
cool.
in the lost episodes, you get to see them fighting droids, so it's really cool that they're gonna finally finish it. And elaborate on who was it? Echo survives, or who survives the deck? Who's the one that gets blown up but survives?
It's been a long time since I've seen the Clone Wars.
Well, there's a clone in one of the arcs in Star Wars Clone Wars. Gets blown up when they're trying to rescue a Jedi and a commander who has coordinates to it's like a highway, like a space highway. And so they got to get him out, but one of the clone. It's a really popular clone, like a really well-known clone, but I forgot his name. Gets blown up, presumed dead, and in the lost episodes they go in and rescue him. So I'm really excited to see that too.
Sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah, I have to go back and watch those episodes.
I don't know. I've been out of the loop for about a year. I don't know.
remember the last time I watched it. Probably
The
been
really,
like a month ago.
The downfall of Star Wars for me was Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Oh yes.
Oh, the video game, the 2017 version.
Yeah,
I mean,
just such a gigantic
It's just-
disappointment.
it's just a video game. It's not like it's a movie. Granted, the movie didn't do all that well either.
I think it's more just because the original Battlefront 2 was just so great, and Battlefront the Battlefront 1 remake, it did pretty good and it was great. And so there are some things that we wanted from in Battlefront 1 that they were like, okay, we'll just put it in Battlefront 2.
Yeah, but they
And
also
then
left
they
out a
released
ton of
it.
stuff that we wanted in
Yeah.
Battlefront 2. I think it was more
Yeah.
like people wanted stuff in Battlefront 2 when it came out, but we didn't get it. And then there was that whole loot box thing that killed them. So yeah, because like the one point I always made was that they don't have any weapons. But in the original Battlefront 2, you were stuck with only one weapon per class. You had your rifle and you had a pistol. Granted, you could get the souped up versions, but you had to be like a general rank or something like that, or legendary rank, just to get the super weapon. So I mean, it's kind of like they could have done worse, but at the same time, at release, they could have done better. But a lot of people are flocking back to it because of the droidicas they added.
I don't know. The last time I played it was maybe... How long ago was it, Albert, that we tried to play? Like 2 months ago?
Yeah, just about.
Somewhere around there. And it was just awful. Like, I don't know why. It just,
Yeah.
like...
I think it's also like hit points. Like it's like in Battlefront 1, the 2015 version, you could get kills easily. Granted, you could be killed just as easily, and or about the same. But in Battlefront 2, you got 200 hit points. I mean, that's insane for a clone, or well, really a Star Wars character. And you know, you're basically playing like a normal video game instead of a Star Wars game.
Yeah. I don't know, I guess for me, like, the games have always sort of informed, like, my interest in Star Wars. Because the games, like, feed my, like, interest in the lore of the Star Wars universe, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Especially the Battlefront remake, you know? That was pretty much the
remake I loved it.
Same, yeah. We used to play a lot, and is, you know, the height of like my Star Wars like obsession, I guess.
Yeah, like same. That's when I started getting into, you know, Star Wars, Clone Wars. I started reading some of the comics. You know, that's where I got into it because I was like, oh, that's really cool. Because I was fun. Because when I first watched Star Wars, I was barely like, I don't know, 7 or 6, because we had Return of the Jedi on DVD. So that was kind of, but I didn't understand any of what was going on. I just watched it and I liked it.
Yeah. So, you know, after Battlefront 2, it just sort of killed everything for me. And at this point, I'm just like, I just want the trilogy to be over so I can never watch another Star Wars movie again.
I heard that movies planned all the way to 2024.
I'm sure they do.
Granted, yeah, I'm pretty sure. But, like, they already canceled a couple of them, you know, the Obi-Wan story, Boba Fett. Who else? I mean, I have no idea what they're going to do because no one can really predict it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just like, this franchise is never built for longevity, you know? It was originally supposed to be just one film. They didn't think they were going to get a sequel.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why the original Star Wars is such a perfect film. Such a perfect sci-fi film. Because, like, everybody's arcs are finished in the first movie. No plot thread is left hanging. It's open for a sequel, but it's not overly dependent on a sequel. As opposed to something like The Last Jedi.
Little
you know?
details in there.
Yeah.
That no one really cares about. Like, what happened to, you know, Vader's lightsaber.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it was back when the movies were about story and less about the details. It's like, you know how there's like offhanded lines in the original trilogy? Like in episode 6, or is it? No, it's 5 actually, where Yoda's training Luke, and he's like, "Too old you are, too old to begin the training." And then, you know, they go back in the prequels, and it's like, "Oh, I guess you got to start training when you're a baby." You know.
Well,
it's just like they just George Lucas like takes one detail and he just runs with it.
But they kind of answered that with Anakin in episode 1 because you see his progression about, you know, his mother and how he had already become attached to her all the way up to episode 2. So they kind of answered that. Yeah,
but he also kind of turned the Jedi into this hokey cult. It's like, oh, they can't love. Robots can't love. And then they got the poop on the robot.
Yeah, I can see that. But you also gotta remember they're at the height of their power in the prequel.
Oh, so yeah.
Things were gonna
George was in charge of everything. He's just feeding his ego at that point. I hope I get that kind of privilege.
Just feed your ego?
Yeah. Just be like, there's this line that I wrote 20 years ago. Let's make a movie about it.
I was doing acid one day. I saw these pink elephants. Let's do a movie about pink elephant.
Call it Pink Velvet.
We'll call it Dumbo.
We're actually, I'm working on my next project now. I told Daniel about it, but it's a gangster film. Very, very serious stuff.
You know what was a really good gangster film? Into the Night. With Ben Affleck.
Oh, God.
You didn't like it?
I didn't like it.
Oh my goodness. Granted, it could have been better. I'll agree, but I mean, I love the movie.
It's okay.
Man, Aaron, you gotta hate on everything, don't you? You don't
Just
like
speaking the truth.
Rami Malek because you don't like his butthole eyes.
Never said
I mean,
that. I said that multiple times. I don't know. I just don't think he's as good of an actor as he's hyped up to be.
I mean, I haven't seen any of his stuff except for when he was in Need for Speed, but that wasn't a great movie anyway.
True.
Are you a fan of any of the Fast and Furious movies? Or are you kind of like, no?
No, I've seen the first one, and that's all I care to see.
Because they're releasing that new one, Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, I've been seeing the trailer. He really is
I just
Black
looked up the
Superman.
music for it. Yeah.
Idris Elba is cool though.
Yeah, he does like everything. He's also a DJ, which I found out recently.
Oh yeah, he's got a very vast career.
Was
yeah.
Dark Tower any good?
That's a difficult question. It was okay.
It was okay.
It's an
I
it's
saw
an
it and I
incomplete
liked
it's an incomplete movie. It's like
Oh,
they were
really?
it's like they were banking on like 3 or 4 sequels. You know,
Oh.
like it's only like an hour and 20 minutes, really short, and they
Oh,
leave
wow.
it like on a huge cliffhanger. And because of that, the whole thing's just like odd and disjointed.
Mm-hmm. Albert and James, y'all been very quiet about this whole Star Wars thing.
I don't know. I guess I never went too deep into Star Wars. I never watched.
What did you go deep in?
Oh my.
Other than JoJo.
Shoot, I wasn't even the first person to go deep into JoJo.
Anthony.
I don't know, really. Tell me about it.
Sounds like Albert just looking up memes because I can hear his mouse clicking.
I'm actually on Minecraft. As soon as we're done podcasting, I think I might stream for a few minutes.
Cool. Yeah, if you don't have any other comments, Zaki, it's been great having you.
Yeah, that's basically my thoughts on it. Kind of
Yeah.
covered what I wanted to say, like Bad Batch. Oh, Mary Jade. That's what I was going to say. There was comments and rumors that Mary Jade, Luke's wife, was going to be in episode 9.
Oh, that'd be cool, actually. I remember her from Heir to the Empire.
Yeah, I really like that because it's kind of showing like how modern day Jedi kind of strayed from from traditional teachings.
Yeah.
And it was like he didn't really care. Jedi are gone. Who's gonna stop me? And he kind of did what he wanted.
I was really hoping they would find a way to tie her into Luke's story, like in canon.
Yeah.
Like that, somewhere down the line, like Kylo had killed her or something, which is why he's so bitter. Instead of him just being a crusty
they went
asshole.
through the temple route.
Yeah.
Like he destroyed the temple and stuff.
Yeah, he's just a hermit. It's like I made one mistake 25 years ago, and I hate everybody. Which is fine. It's subversive. It's different.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's
how they're
it's
gonna
lacking
incorporate Mara Jade, if they are at all, I don't know. So yeah, that has yet to be seen too.
I don't know. Like I said, they're probably going to retcon a lot of what Episode 8 tried to do. Hey,
Yeah.
what's up, Alfred? Like, what do you guys think they're going to do with Rey's parents? Now that they've got an opportunity.
Didn't Daisy really say or confirm that her parents were going to be revealed in episode 9? I saw something.
I don't know. I know she said that they were for sure going to be revealed in episode 8, which they were. So she's not wrong.
Yeah.
But everybody.
They were hardly though. They were just revealed to be like fucking drunks.
Junk traders, yeah. But
yeah.
What I'm saying is, everybody hated that,
Yeah, exactly.
So
that's what that whole big
J.J. Abrams
was over.
J.J. Abrams is gonna retcon a lot of that. I'm thinking, like he's
Yeah.
gonna be like, "Oh, I was lying to you the whole time," or Kylo will be like, "Oh, I was lying to you. I actually know who your parents are." He's dead. And then Luke will show up and be like,
Do you think
from a certain
Kylo's
point of
gonna
view,
die in this one, like ode to Darth Vader in episode 3? or episode 6, where
Probably.
they kill the Darth side.
If he's
Dark
not
side
if
dude.
he's not redeemed by the end of the movie, then he'll be dead. He'll
Yeah, they
have
can't
his
leave him
own Vader
alive at
moment.
all. There's nothing they can do to keep him alive.
Yeah.
What about Palpatine coming back?
Yes. The only character worth watching Star Wars for. Am I
Still,
right?
you still on your Palpatine, Daddy Palpatine?
Such an amazing character. He just has so much fun being evil. How could you not like that?
I mean,
Eh.
I just want to see how they bring him back. You know, I want to see like.
I had my own theory.
Is it Sith alchemy? Because that's how he does come back in the original.
Yeah, that's what I said. It was like he, used Sith alchemy to bring himself back. He's sort of been chilling out on Endor.
Yeah.
Chilling with the Ewoks. He's
Yeah,
got like
just eating them left and right.
He's got like a tiny little Ewok army of like an Ewok death cult.
Probably.
They have like sharp teeth
Like how they all
and red
worship
eyes.
the
3PO, yeah.
C3, yeah, C3PO. But yeah, that's what I'm most excited to see.
Oh yeah, same. All they had to do was put the Palpatine laugh at the end. It was like sold.
I mean, that's what kind of saved that trailer was the Palpatine laugh.
Yeah. On the other
Everyone
hand,
was like, "Oh no, Palpatine's coming back," and that's what kind of sparked everything. Everyone's interest for this.
yeah. On the other hand, though, if he does come back in that fashion, like physically, then this trailer will have been like a huge spoiler, and I don't know why they did that. But I have a feeling it's just a red herring, and that he'll just be like in a flashback or something.
Probably.
My ridiculous time travel theory is all in fun, obviously.
But also like, there's also that comment or that quote they put in. No one's ever truly gone. No
one's ever really gone.
Yeah, so so we have no idea what they're gonna do. They could pull like a whole 360 and say he was never dead. Crazy something like that, or something stupid like that. Really, but who knows?
Could bring back Kennedy, because no one's ever really gone.
Did I ever tell you about that gamer I met on, not gamer, but that name I met on Rainbow? His name was IKnowScope 3 JFK.
Oh God.
It was so funny. I have a screenshot of it. It was hilarious.
Speaking of JFK, I watched a film about his successor, LBJ. Lyndon B. Johnson.
Yeah.
And now LBJ is my favorite president.
Why is that?
It's just hilarious. Dude's a riot. He's from Texas, right? And he speaks in this big inflated accent. And then like there's a scene in the movie where he's talking about how much ass he kicked in Congress. Because he gave a speech that got like a standing ovation. He starts talking about like cows and bulls and all this like yee stuff. It's like it's great.
Who plays him? Is it Bryan Cranston or?
It's Donald Sutherland, I think.
There's one.
It's called Path to War. The name of the film. It's about him escalating the Vietnam War. It's also got Alec Baldwin in it.
I'm thinking of All the Way in 2016, where it's with Bryan Cranston, and he plays Lyndon B. Johnson.
Oh, sorry, it's Michael Gambon.
Gambon.
Woody Harrelson seems like an odd choice for LBJ.
Woody Harrelson?
Yeah. I was looking up at another movie.
What's Woody Harrelson famous for? What did he play that was so famous?
He was in the Hunger Games, right?
Cheers. He started out in TV. He's one of the he's one of the few actors to make the jump from TV to film. Only like seven actors have done that. George Clooney included. And everybody loves George Clooney.
Everybody loves George Clooney. He was also in Solo, a Star Wars story.
Oh yeah, he was.
He was in
Venom. He played Carnage.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Cletus
that was an odd choice.
He was in Now You See Me, right? He played the fucking dude in that movie. I can't think of what he did in that
The
movie.
fucking
He was just one of the
dude.
magicians.
He was a mentalist. He was
mental. What he retarded? Never mind.
Oh no.
Wow, James.
He was in
Y'all hear that? James is making fun of disabled people.
No, he was in fucking what's that movie with Jared Thanos is in it. No Country for Old Men. He's in that.
Yeah, he was there. He was in it like briefly.
He was there. Yeah.
Yeah, he was there.
He was there.
Oh yeah, he was there.
In other news, Thor 4 has been confirmed
Yeah.
to be written to be
Taika
written
Waititi.
to be written and directed by Taika Waititi, which gives me so much joy.
Gives me hope that after Endgame they're still gonna make good movies.
Oh yeah.
Cause I was kind of skeptical because like Endgame, the big, Hollywood movie, probably one of the biggest movies that they're ever gonna be, and probably the whole Marvel universe.
Yeah, there's
how are they gonna live up to it?
there's no stakes anymore.
Yeah, exactly. So
It's
kinda
all
like
downhill from here.
You got all these characters, you gotta kind of finish a little bit.
But yeah, not every movie has to be, world-ending stakes.
Yeah,
And
but
that's what I like about
after some
the
point-
smaller films, like Thor Ragnarok.
James.
Yeah, I remember this guy. I forgot who said this, but you go from city saving to world saving to galaxy saving to universe saving, and you kind of really can't go back from that.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't go back at all. So that's kind of what people expect now. But I mean, Spider-Man kind of worked with it, and instead of he's saving multiple cities. Well, not really, but he's doing his job. And they made that work.
Yeah.
So I'm really interested in how they do this with Thor.
I don't know where they go from here because honestly, I was really set on having Thor join the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, I
I
wonder
don't
how
know.
they're gonna
Maybe
do that
maybe
too.
I doubt he'll have a significant role in Guardians 3. Even though we would all like that.
Well, didn't they confirm a Guardians of the Galaxy 3 though?
Yeah, they did. It just
Yeah.
they confirmed it won't be called as Guardians of the Galaxy, which is what a lot of people were hoping it would be. But I don't know, that basically confirms that it's not going to be like a Thor centric movie, which
Yeah.
obviously we know now. But yeah. I don't know. I see what you're saying. There's nowhere to go from here.
Yeah. They're kind of in a limbo because you don't know where to go from here. Kind of stuck a little bit.
Yeah.
But hey, if they make it work, they make it work. They'll be making money.
For sure. All right, folks. I think we're going to go ahead and sign off here.
Wait. He comes in from the back, out of nowhere. Hasn't been talking all stream. The Sonic stuff happened.
What about the Sonic stuff?
They're done. They're done remaking
Already?
it or whatever. I'm pretty sure.
Oh shit.
They're gonna take longer.
Yeah.
Reveal
All they did was change Sonic, right?
new trailer,
Yeah, I mean-
cowards.
I'm sure that they were prepared for everybody not liking it.
I mean, how can you make Sonic look like that and expect people to like him?
Some people have theorized a conspiracy that it was meant to be that way, that it's just a marketing ploy. Because when you make something that god awful,
Your expectations
you're
are lowered. I can see that.
you're expecting to get negative attention. So it's just, if anything, it's just brought up, marketing for the film. Because how many people would watch it, ironically, if it looked that bad? as opposed to them fixing it. They now look like the heroes, you know, and now people have a reason to go watch it. Because there's no way that was intentional in my mind.
Yeah, but they could also backfire with that, and people can look at it like, oh, well, they messed up Sonic this bad. I wonder how the rest of the movie looks, or how good the rest of the movie is. You know, they'd be like, oh, they messed up Sonic. Well, they probably messed up the whole movie. What's the point in seeing it?
It's got James Marsden in it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Man, he'll just take any role, won't he?
Well,
At this point, I mean,
he's in the Woody
what are you gonna do? What are you gonna get him for? There's nothing else to do.
He's in the Woody the Woodpecker movie. He's in
Hop.
Oh yeah, didn't he do stupid Hotel for Dogs?
Whoa, stupid?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Those are big words. Those are big movies.
Aaron's bashing
Them's is
Star
war
Wars, now
words.
Hotel for Pets, Hotel for Dogs.
Whatever.
Come on, Aaron. You need some class, man.
Victor says talk about fishing. And to that I say no, because fishing is boring.
You're boring.
Fishing for boring people.
You're boring, Aaron.
Oh shit, he was the guy in X-Men. With
He's
Cyclops.
Yeah, he was Cyclops. Bert, you're not even done with the podcast. Why are you streaming already?
I figured I could stream.
We caught you. Nice try.
Albert, no.
We got you.
It's disrespectful.
You would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for this podcast.
Looks like you guys got me Minecraft handed.
Alright, so I think it's time to end the stream.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you.
Nice. Who did that? Did you do that?
Yeah, that was me.
Okay, he's gonna blame me for that.
Petition to have me play Jotaro Kujo in the live-action JoJo's Bizarre Adventure movie. I don't know what you look like, so...
He looks like a Mexican.
Yeah, that doesn't fit Jotaro's demographic.
What about little Ariel being black?
Scarlett Johansson be like...
I did not kick you from the server.
I don't know what happened.
I didn't do it.
Yes, you did.
I didn't kick you from the server.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not.
James,
Albert.
you're the only person that will fucking...
I did not kick you from the server.
Yes, you kicked me.
I did not.
You fucking kicked me.
Okay, I did not kick you from the
Can you
server.
back to the server, please?
I didn't kick you from the
James
server.
is deciding to be an asshole.
Hey, you know what's really funny? I didn't kick you from the server. So I told you.
I kicked him from the server. No, I'm just kidding.
You don't have that authorization. I'll tell him when he gets back.
You don't know.
Scarlett Jo
Young
gets too
people.
much hate for what she said.
What'd she say? Something racist?
Yes. Well, and it's
Said the N-word.
really it's a byproduct of that. But basically, she's been called out, you know, for playing all these roles that should go to colored people.
Oh, yeah.
And she was like, I should be able to play whoever I want.
Yeah. Didn't that start with that whole her playing a man?
Yes.
Or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah,
And then
okay.
she also
Yeah, I
played.
heard.
She also played.
She played a
in
man.
the Ghost in the Ghost in the Shell movie. See, there are instances when that works, like when I'm thinking of the Bob Dylan movie. Somebody did it. Is it Tilda Swinton? Tilda Swinton played Bob Dylan in one of the Bob Dylan like documentaries. But see, that works because the tone of the documentary is meant to be like comedic. But I don't know.
Honestly, I think
It's a difficult issue. Because do you...
I think it is difficult. You can't really comment on it, but it's like everyone has their stand. And
Stand?
all she said was, "No, shut up. This ain't a JoJo reference."
Stand
JoJo sucks.
sky.
But I think she had a right to say what she said because she can play whoever she wants. She shouldn't get hate for it.
True. But
It's just a role.
I don't know, when it's a medium that's, you know, like
And
think
the other ones who
think about it.
complained were
Think about if
trans, really.
if they cast ScarJo as like Black Panther. How would you feel about that?
Well, they cast Ariel as black, so I wouldn't matter. At this point, it doesn't care. Who cares? You can kind of change everything. Really, if it's good enough, you can change whoever.
I don't know.
But I think Black Panther is kind of not so much different, but it's kind of, centered around black people.
That's
So
what I'm
it's kinda-
saying. If
it'd
it's
be
a
kinda
role,
weird.
if it's a role like that,
Yeah, I
she
can see
can't
that.
do it.
I can see it.
Like she did
I
that
can
for
see
Ghost
that.
in the Shell, which is an anime, Like she can't just straight up, like every other actor in that film was like Japanese or like, Asian. It wasn't like a full on adaptation. They literally just got her because they wanted the star power.
Well, yeah,
But it just didn't
mean,
work.
Granted, you could do a crazy rich Asians and have not like full Japanese actors that no one knows, and have the movie blow up. I mean, but they weren't taking that chance.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a difficult situation.
It's kind of smart, but at the same time, it's like you're kind of risking people just saying something. I mean, granted, it's just people saying something on the internet.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you can say whatever.
I don't know. There will always
Unless
be people.
you got fame and fortune on you, then you can't say. You're limited to what you can say.
There will always be people that want to comment on.
Yeah, exactly.
On things that they know nothing about. I don't know, myself included. To an extent, I think we're all.
American government.
To an extent, I think we're all internet armchair critics.
Yeah, I mean, everyone is in their own way. It's just some people take it to a whole new level.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm a dumb internet movie boy. So.
Yeah,
I just give my opinion, man. Welcome back.
And that's all it really is. That's kind of like your whole spiel. You're just an opinion guy.
Yeah.
You're not meant to be taken seriously, but at the same time, you would like to be.
Yeah, I mean, eventually. I don't know.
You want to be able to tell somebody, "Hey, this is a good movie. You should go see it." You want to be able to have that power.
I don't know. I like to think I'm pretty informed, because I've seen enough influential films to know what makes a good movie and what doesn't.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's a very subjective thing, I don't know.
Yeah.
I really feel like this next project is going to be my breakout film. Wouldn't you guys agree?
Oh yeah, totally.
Yes, definitely.
I'm there with you. But
Yeah, man. I'm starring as the mango.
Have I told you the next one? We're doing an adaptation of the Tortellinis.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a
You told
gangster
me you're
film.
already writing the script and everything, getting all the characters set.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty excited. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I wrote the first scene. It's turning out better than I expected, because I was really just gonna make it like a joke film,
Mm-hmm.
but Albert persuaded me to do otherwise. So I don't know. I was thinking about using just cheap stock backgrounds. Like in really bad movies, they'll have like stock footage and just put the actors over that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We might shoot on location, but that'll make it a lot more difficult. Who knows?
we got this.
All right. Anybody else got any other things to say before sign off?
There's this cool new Instagram page that I've been seeing. It's called JoJo's Bizarre Playlist. I don't know, dude. That guy seems like he's gonna go places. So
I don't know. His account's already blown up in like 3 days.
I know.
Don't ask me how I know it's a he,
I
but I don't know.
don't know.
Anything else?
Nah, that's it.
All right, I'm gonna ask y'all a question. What do you think about people skipping the first 2 parts of JoJo?
It's dumb.
Unforgivable.
And going
Yeah.
straight to stands.
I know where they're going.
It's-
Straight to hell.
Yeah, you gotta know where it came from, you know, because like those
No, you
first
don't.
Two parts are pretty
The first 2
important.
parts suck.
Part 2
They're
is
so bad.
Albert's favorite part, actually.
Yeah,
You just hurt his feelings.
and then my feelings like hurt.
I have no idea. I have no idea why that's your favorite, but
I like.
it's enjoyable.
Yeah, it's just it was.
It's
I think
enjoyable. It's
more-
funny. It's just like the stakes are like way too high, I think, in my opinion. Like it's just like it's world-ending stuff, you know.
Definitely.
And it feels a lot like a superhero movie, actually.
Well, doesn't every anime do that at some point? You know, they gotta fight a world threat.
Yeah, that's what's different about
Just
JoJo
about.
though, is that every part is different. Every setup is different. Like part 4 is a weird slice of life murder mystery, you know.
Oh, it's such. Part 4 is like my second favorite part, honestly.
Oh yeah, there's lots of flavor there, very different. And part 5 is really weird and quirky, but it's also really interesting take on the mafia genre, like the gangster genre.
Who did a JoJo theory? Oh yeah, it was Matt Pat. It was film theory. He did
Oh,
one
no.
on whether or not Bruno could actually taste you were a liar.
Oh yeah, Bruno does that once and he never does it again. I think he just used that as an excuse to lick Giorno.
This taste is the
This
taste of a
taste-
liar, Jono.
It's the taste of a liar. It's so great.
Can't wait for the dub where everybody will sound like Mario.
Honestly, I like dub more than sub because
See-
I can't stand Japanese voices.
I think that's another reason why I like part 2 a lot, is because I think the dub for part 2 is pretty.
The dub is so ridiculous and over the top. It's great. Like just from Joseph, you
Like-
know.
Yeah. Because like Joseph is just such a great character in the dub. Like his voice suits the character so well.
Yeah. I don't know. Caesar's VA though was pretty bad. Mamma mia, Joseph, we gotta go stop the Pillarmen. I don't know. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and end it there because I've got to pack for New York and get my keynote speech ready. But this has been an interesting episode to say the least.
It has been a journey.
Join us again in 2 weeks where we'll be discussing JoJo, the finale, and or a gangster film. I don't know yet. And we may or may not have a special guest joining us. It could even be
it's
one of
me,
you.
Spoiler alert. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know. Alright. Farewell, everybody.
Alright, peace.
See ya.